If you've ever wanted to flip a house, this video might just change your mind. I'm in front of one of my flip projects here near Indian Hills in Wichita, Kansas. And I'm gonna give you a full behind the scenes tour and kind of show you what it looks like when we're about halfway through a project. I'll show you the good, the bad, kind of surprises we ran into. And yeah, let's go check it out. All right, so they just refinished the hardwood floors and they have to put another coat of poly on it. So we're gonna take our shoes off real quick, but I wanna give you a little tour from front to back, and I'll pop up some pictures of what the before looked like as we go through, and I'll tell you what we plan on doing from here. So like I said, we're about halfway through the project. Hopefully you can hear me good. There's a fan running. But this is the kitchen and the dining space. So dining over here, this is kitchen. There used to be a big wall here with a doorway right over here. So the kitchen was pretty small. You can pretty much see the size of it over here. It's pretty small and very, closed off from the dining area. So we took this wall down and we're going to put a big island here, a whole new kitchen, all new everything. It's gonna be really pretty. We kept a lot of, this is kind of an older home, an all brick home. I like these a lot because they have a little bit of character to them. So like they got built-in shelving and cabinets, a little bit of trim that we decided to keep. We'll do a chandelier in here. There's a basement. I'm not gonna show you that in this video, but there's a basement that way. This main entryway, as I trip over the stuff, is gonna get tile and there'll be a light up here. So this is the living room, the main living room. This room didn't have any overhead lights when I bought it. So we added all these recessed lights. We still need to kind of be propped up there. But yeah, stuff like this, you just don't get in a lot of the newer stuff with, custom woodwork and whatnot. So I try to keep as much of that as we can and just tie into it. We did tie out the tile that was on the fireplace. We'll put new tile there. And obviously we did a paint job everywhere. This is a screened in porch, which is really, really cool. We'll probably take you out there in a minute, but probably not gonna do a lot out there except just clean it up. So heading this way, we've got a bedroom here. We'll let you peek in there real quick. There's 3 bedrooms on the main level. You could add more in the basement, but I'm not going to on this. This is a bathroom in here. We're gonna go with more of a moody vibe in there. So we did a kind of a green on the walls. You can't really tell because there's not a ton of light right now. We'll do a new, obviously new vanity, new tile floors, tile surround on the shower. That'll be really pretty. Here's your laundry. So we've got main floor laundry. That's a huge plus. Another bedroom. And then, this thing's blowing on me. And then this is the master. Watch your step for staples and stuff. So really big master bedroom. And you can tell that this has been added on to at some point because the hardwood floors, they do continue into here, but they end like right here and then it becomes plywood subfloor. You can kind of tell in the brick outside. So they made this bigger at some point and then they added a full master bath. So that'll be a full private bath for the master. And then it has this little walkway for a semi walk-in closet. And again, there was no lights in here, so we added all these recessed lights and we're gonna have a center ceiling fan in the master. And then this one will get carpet. So it'll be all carpet through the closet and everything, and then tile in the bath. So we definitely come across some surprises. So this house wasn't in terrible shape when I bought it, but you could tell like there was a lot of deferred maintenance and things. So about a week or 2 after I bought it, someone was mowing the grass and they noticed like water was just coming up out of the ground. And it turns out the main water line had burst. So we've had a ton of rain recently and a lot of old water lines like this house had. The rain has caused the soil to settle and to like put a lot of pressure on old pipes and break them. So we had to get someone out here, dig that up and start, replacing that. And when they were doing that, they were digging the hole. I was gonna have them check out the sewer line because it was right next to it and add a sewer clean out because we didn't think there was one. But as they were doing that, they found 3 old septic tanks literally in the front lawn, this tiny front lawn, that were buried and full. So that was a surprise. We had to have someone come and pump out those septic tanks. They had to crush them like you're supposed to do and then bury them. So that was a $4,000 expense. It could have been a lot more, but ended up being about $4,000 I did not plan on spending on this project. And stuff like that, unfortunately, is pretty common. So when you're buying a house, it's got to have a lot of room in it as far as like potential profit in the best case scenario, because it can get cut in half in an instant. So something else that happened actually before I closed on the house is the roof actually looked really good when I bought it. So I assumed it was all good. It looked newer, so I really wasn't concerned about it, but there was quite a few trees, especially in the back, that were rubbing up against the house. You could see it. And so got a contract with the seller, and then I went and had my roofer go check out the roof just to make sure nothing was going on that I didn't see. And sure enough, that tree had rubbed up against the shingles back there so much that it had put a hole literally through the shingles. And after looking at it more closely, we decided let's just put a whole new roof on it. So that was another, my roofing guy actually helped me out. So it was only like 8,500 bucks. But that was 8,500 bucks I did not plan on spending. And so that, between that and the sewer situation, that's, you know, 12 and a half, 13,000 bucks that really wasn't planning on. So could have been profit had we not had all those extras. Something that I wanted to point out is this house has newer windows already, all vinyl, and that was before I bought it, which is a huge expense and made me really happy that we didn't have to do that ourselves. And the brick's in really good shape. It's got this 2-car detached garage that will get all painted and looking good. And it's also on a corner lot. So the backyard is very private here. It's got a fire pit. Here's that tree I was talking about that was rubbing on the roof. So we cut that way back and whole new roof. So that'll be good. I mean, it doesn't make your house sell for more when it has a new roof, but it makes it easier to sell and maybe sell faster. So it's a selling point, but everyone really expects a roof to be in good condition when they buy a house anyway. So this one had enough problems that we decided let's just replace it all. Here's that screened-in porch, which I think is really cool. Last time I was here, it was raining, and we were just hanging out in the screened-in porch area, and you could just hear the rain hitting the roof, and it was, I don't know, really relaxing. But we'll get all that painted and cleaned up, looking good. There was a bunch of trees and stuff in here. Like, you could hardly walk through this because there was so much overgrowth and junk. So we had all that cut down. We might do a little bit of concrete, like when you come out that back door, some concrete back there needs replaced. So we'll probably do a little bit of that. Luckily the AC's kicking good. I'm really not too worried about it. As long as that's blowing cold, we don't have any problems with it. I don't plan on replacing it. It's obviously not new, but you know, ACs are typically, if it works, don't mess with it. Maybe give them a home warranty if a buyer's concerned about it, but I'm not gonna replace it just because it's old. I have another flip with an old Rheem air conditioner in it that's literally 50 years old, ticking and doing just fine, so not gonna mess with it. What else surprise-wise? Yeah, so far really it's just been the roof and the sewer stuff are the extra surprises. Luckily we had a good budget. We're planning to spend between $55,000 and $60,000 just on the renovation for this house, all things included. Luckily that I think we're still gonna be within that range even with the extras that I didn't plan on. The finishes are gonna look really good. Obviously you have holding costs when you are doing a flip project, so the renovation takes like 2 to 3 months, and then you gotta put it on the market. I'm borrowing some money to do this, and so there's interest that I have to pay. I have to have insurance on the house and pay my utilities, my taxes, all the stuff. So there's a lot of expenses people don't think about. And then I'm gonna pay to stage it. I'm gonna spend over $2,000 to make it look even better when we're all done staging it. So there's a lot of expenses, and you gotta pay realtors and different things, which is definitely worth it. But yeah, it all adds up. So it'll be exciting to see this one come together. And it's in a really cool area, and it's a type of house that I like a lot. Like, I like older homes with a lot of like wood, natural wood floors and brick on the outside. So we try to maintain a lot of that timeless charm on things. So anyway, that's kind of a walkthrough of what a project looks like when it's a little bit past halfway. Maybe we'll do another video once we're all done or getting really close to it if you're interested. So I know this is a little bit different than my typical video. Usually this channel is usually just about like Wichita and the cool stuff happening. But this is another part of my everyday life that takes up a lot of time, mental space. So I figured it'd be fun to share. And let me know if you want more stuff like this, because I've got a lot of it. All right, I think that's it for this video. Oh, before you go, if you want to stay up to date with all the cool stuff happening around Wichita, I have a free weekly newsletter that I send out every Friday morning. You can go to thewichitadad.com to sign up. It's totally free. It's just once a week and a quick email telling you all the weekend events, new restaurants, new things that you need to know about if you want to stay in the loop. So that's all for this video. I will catch you on the next one.